Hey guys, it's Matt Burton here, and today we have special guests in the studio, Miss Jamie Shanbaum and Dr. Leonard Freeland. Guys, welcome to the show.
Of course, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, thank you guys for coming on such notice. Jamie, I just want to talk to you a little bit. You are a Olympian. You've did a lot in your life. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Of course. I'm currently 27, and about almost 8 years ago, I contracted meningitis. I was at my dream university at the University of Texas at Austin, and unfortunately, I couldn't even enjoy a full semester without contracting the disease. It all happened within one night.
Goodness. Now, had you been vaccinated against meningitis prior to this? Or?
No, that's a terrible situation. I was not vaccinated. I walked onto college campus unvaccinated at a high-risk scenario, and I didn't know. And I ended up being in the hospital for 7 months and had all of my fingers and both of my legs amputated. So I was definitely learning, why does this happen to me why does this have to keep happening to others? And so I became an advocate. I definitely had other successes in the Paralympic cycling world, but my personal success is with advocacy of meningitis information and education.
Sure.
So if you're listening, educate yourself about meningitis.
There you go. Now, let me ask you this now. Obviously, it's pretty much changed your life.
Exactly. I didn't know anything about meningitis, and I ended up almost losing my life to it. So it's, my own, mission to make sure people are aware about this disease and how deadly it is. And I know my friend Lynn will provide more information about that, of what meningitis is,
Sure.
but I can tell you it's something you do not want to take lightly.
Right.
It can be devastating, and for me, it ended up with long-term consequences like amputation.
Now, Dr. Freeland, I'm no medical expert by any means, and this is definitely outside of my comfort zone, but what exactly is bacterial meningitis?
Yes, thank you, Matt. I'm a pediatrician and a vaccine researcher, and I have cared for patients with meningococcal meningitis, and we've been developing vaccines to help protect against this illness. So what is invasive meningococcal meningitis? It's the bacterial infection that is rare and is very serious. Upwards of 1 in 10 people can die from this illness. If you're lucky enough to survive, like Jamie, 1 in 5 can have lifelong disabilities, such as losing limbs or brain damage or other nervous system disorders. And this illness is unpredictable. Adolescents and young adults are particularly at risk, and the illness can come on very, very fast. And despite our best medical treatment, people can end up with very serious complications. Unfortunately, we now have 2 separate vaccines that can help protect against the 5 common types that can cause meningococcal meningitis.
Now, let me ask you this. Is there a cure for this?
Meningococcal meningitis is very difficult to treat. Despite our best medical care, 10 to 15% of people who come down with this illness can die. Despite our best medical care, 1 in 5 who survive can end up with lifelong complications. So when we look to meningococcal meningitis, our best tool is prevention. Now, most people are not aware of meningococcal meningitis. As Jamie mentioned, she wasn't aware of this. So it's important to become educated, to become knowledgeable, to know that, yes, this is rare, and it does occur in previously healthy people. We can't predict who those people are going to be. We know that adolescents and younger adults are particularly at risk, and so we need to understand that we have tools for prevention through vaccination. So we want to make sure that people know to go speak to their doctor and become educated about the vaccines that are available.
Now, let me ask you one final question for you, Dr. Freeland. Now, I received all of my vaccinations when I was little. Was I vaccinated? Or is that something that they didn't do back in the early 80s? Or is this a medical breakthrough?
So there are 2 separate vaccines that are available to protect against meningococcal meningitis that are recommended now by the Centers for Disease Control for adolescents and young adults. One of those vaccines protects against 4 of the 5 common types, and that vaccine's been available since 2005. And the good news is that most of our adolescents and young adults have received that vaccine since 2005 if they're in that adolescent age group. There's a new vaccine to protect against that 5th type. We call that type B. That vaccine just became available around the end of 2014. Only about 1% of adolescents and young adults have been receiving that vaccine. So we want to raise awareness about meningococcal disease, have people go speak to their doctor and make sure that they know what vaccines are available for them to protect against meningococcal disease.
Well, Dr. Friedland, I'm definitely going to be calling my doctor and make an appointment to talk about this. And Jamie, one last question for you. What would you tell young people about what they should do?
Of course. I mean, that's why I'm here today with GSK talking about meningitis education. I didn't know anything about it, and I just want people to make sure that they do what they can to educate themselves about meningitis. Make sure you do that. And thank you. Talk to your doctors.
Yes. Guys, thank you so much, Jamie and Dr. Friedland. Thank you for coming on. I am definitely going to go to my doctor to make sure that I'm covered. So, everyone, thank you so much for listening. And Dr. Friedland and Jamie, thank you so much.